Welcome to Direcast, Population Fluid. Here at Direcast, our group of 6 overconfident country animals play different RPGs, bringing you a new game and system every few weeks. Once again this week there are only 4 of us, and we're finishing up our play of the Untitled Ghost Game, where we rejoin old Woggle on the hunt for his revenge against those dastardly hipsters. My name's Lukey, and this week's question is, where is your favourite place to go in the countryside? Where my family has a house down in Cornwall.
You could have put a tenner on Cornwall, you would have got it back.
Yeah, I know, obviously it was going to be Cornwall. We have a house in St Just, which is very near to Land's End, but down the road from St Just is a little valley called the Cot Valley, and it has a beautiful cove where there are lovely boulders that have been smoothed by the sea, and a cliff that looks like it's going to collapse at any moment, but it doesn't, and a path up onto the cliffs on the other side where you can watch the sunset, and it's just peaceful and beautiful and wonderful. Cornwall's lovely.
Hi, my name's Jacob, and my favourite place to visit in the countryside is probably Basildon Park. There is my family has a kind of habit is the wrong word, tradition is the wrong word, but we often go through like stately homes and wander around the gardens and the forests.
We
and
like
all
a
this.
National Trust tea.
We do like a good National Trust tea, and my favourite one of these, particularly when we were living in Basingstoke, was Basildon Park. And it has a particular, there's one particular glade which you go into, having come through the forest, down a hill, you go into this glade, and there's lush grass all around, and in the summer when the tree cover is out, when the trees are in full foliage, full bloom, the tree cover is so thick that it blocks any of the wind. You get this effect where you can hear the trees rustling from the wind like elsewhere in the forest, but it's completely quiet in this glade, and the silence kind of hits you like a hammer.
Hello, I'm Peter, and I'm an urban animal. I like my cities. I like being in them. I like walking down a road and seeing a man having an argument with a YouTube video. That is a genuine thing I've seen. However, I particularly one of my favourite places in the country, which I want to go to again, and I'm going to be honest, I'm having difficulty remembering where it is. I think it was in the Peak District because it was wet.
So that's specific in the UK.
However, I know it was wet. Thereby, it's Castle Drogo.
That's in the West Country. It's on the way to Cornwall.
Then, I said I didn't know where it was. And if anything, I have been proven right.
Completely wrong direction.
That's fine. Well, if I was trying to go there by memory, I would have been lost, but I would have hit some quite pretty mountains. Castle Drogo, true. I remember having this sort of like, you could go by like this mountain path, which was, cliffside path. It wasn't really a mountain, just a big rocky hill, which don't try and geography me and tell me that's not what a mountain is. And and sort of going past it.
No, it's a specific height.
Yeah, big rocky hill. What are you on about? Just going past it was very, very nice. I'd like to visit it again. I remember looking at the sort of... It was one of these things. I think some was... I can't remember if they were trying to, it's a fern forest that they were transferring over to an oak forest, or an oak forest they were cutting down to make a fern forest. Yeah. I'd remember it was a war of 2 forests.
Hi, my name is Matt, and my favourite place to go in the countryside is definitely, when you find a pub that's not on the road properly. You get those, very kind of off the beaten track country pubs, especially in the southwest, and they used to be, smugglers' haunts. And you're off the beaten track, and they only have local ales, and nobody speaks very clearly, and there's just such beautiful quiet when you go outside, and it's so full of nice local hubbub inside. They got a fireplace, and they got a greyhound hanging out. It's little country pubs, but not swanky country pubs, proper cheap country pubs. That's I love that.
I think that sounds very lovely. You went like country.
I forgot about him. All right, now that we have some inspiration, let's get to it.
Cool. Yeah, so should we go to the Bohemians, and then we can muse on our final location before pub?
Yeah. May I volunteer to be the poltergeist this time?
You may.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think at least one of these Bohemians is a peacock.
Yep, I think absolutely. So this is like almost, given it's late at night, is this like a tea room, and are they doing like, is this like a lock-in? Are they having like is it friends having like a philosophical and artsy discussion?
What did they call it? Like a salon? They
A
used
salon.
to call it.
A salon.
Yeah,
A
salon.
saloon. A speakeasy.
Yeah, they're doing one of those.
Oh, it's got... No, I know. It's one of these... it's a cafe, but it's also... in Exeter, there was a place called like the Old Bike Shed, which
I
was
know
a
the
combination...
bike.
It was a combination bike shop, tea room, and theatre.
Yeah, it was basically just a place to cluster for all artsy-fartsy types. I loved it.
Oh, they're doing like a poetry reading.
Oh yeah! Oh please, can I play like a failed poet? I wish to play this animal. I'm going to do badger.
Yes.
And she is like she's a bit of an eccentric, local eccentric, and her name is. Peter, help me.
What?
Constance?
Constance.
Well, he's actually a badger character in a Redwall, but...
Constance Semaphore.
Constance Semaphore, local poet/artist.
I'm going to be a peacock who is the owner of this establishment, and her name is Madame Larue. Even though she's very clearly English. She goes by Madame Larue.
I would like to be a frog who
Yes.
Ooh.
called Artichoke Binge.
Good name.
Although
Good name.
he goes by his performing name of Old Chokey Binge.
Old
Not
Chokey
Artie.
Binge.
Oh, Artichokey Binge.
Artichokey Binge.
Yes. RT Y.
R.T.
Oh, okay, hang
Oh
on.
my God.
Oh my word. This is consternation.
There's too many layers to this frog.
Surprisingly few. He plays the acoustic castanets.
Trying to imagine electric castanets now.
It's called a
Well,
synthesizer.
We're working on that here at the Bow. What is it? The Bohemian
Bohemians.
Rhapsody or whatever we fucking call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to suggest that maybe Constance Semaphore is up on like what passes for a stage, which is basically just a bit that's raised like half a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
And
Like at
she's-
the firehouse.
Yeah, exactly. She's standing on that in like a white dress, and you can't really tell if it's a costume or if she just dresses that way.
Yeah.
It's like a very kind of. It looks a bit like somewhere between a bridal gown and something you might find a corpse in.
A little bit Miss Havisham.
Very Miss Havisham. She's kind of wearing that, and she's in the middle of giving you a dramatic reading. She's about to finish a dramatic reading of all like 53 stanzas of her poem, which is called. We're at the end, and and it's called Ode to a Dusty Old Magazine.
My God. Oh, we all know this person.
Is it perhaps the second time this week she has claimed to be the part of a new art movement, which is with a new manifesto, which is very similar to her old manifesto, which she brought out last week?
Yes.
It's
okay.
exactly that.
Okay.
Only now she will tell you it's completely different. It's not.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
in her mind, it's completely different. If you look at the details, it's completely different.
What's
I
the
was not
energy of this
expecting that.
place?
Energy.
Pretentious.
Invention.
Pretentious.
We had invention.
I like invention. I can go for that.
Yeah,
Pointless
invention, I like
innovation.
that. Ooh.
Which is pretension.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose to interpret how you wish. But yeah, I think it's kind of invention, either pointless or otherwise, depending on how we push it.
Artichokey Binge is sitting in the corner. He's marinating himself in his favourite cocktail. I'm covering my skin in it. Well, I'm just covering myself.
Old Woggle does also object to the name cocktail. He thinks it's derogatory.
It's got a very checkered heritage. Right. Yeah. So, what kind of energy? What do you want to do? Like, do you want to soothe the energy, or do you want to push the energy?
Make us more pretentious.
Possibly.
No. Oh, I've got it. The energy is inspiration.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you excite the energy, they're going to be. We must bring this new message to the people.
They're going to form a cult.
They're going to bring their gospel to the masses.
I think that's a very funny idea. Yeah, you're going to try and just make them believe in a higher power.
Wind it up to like the muse is among us kind of deal.
All right, let's go for this then.
Fantastic.
So Constant Semaphore is on stage.
Give us the last stanza of your ode.
So she's got kind of like she doesn't really move much, except occasionally she'll kind of grab the hem of her dress and just give it a bit of a kind of a tiny little swish. That's like the only movement.
Every time she does, Madame LaRue flutters her feathers as if she's titillated.
Yeah, it's like it lifts from like the bottom of her ankle to the top of her ankle. It's like
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
If Madame LaRue is a feminine peacock, does that mean she's transgender?
Yes, it does. That's a very good point.
Because she is very brightly coloured. So yes, she's a trans femme peacock.
Fantastic. Well, I like her already.
I like the idea that a trans peacock would not change their appearance in any way.
Yeah.
It's a very
she's
male
like,
presenting.
No, I'm happy.
Yes,
she's living her own truth.
I'm a male presenting trans femme peacock.
Sick.
Fantastic.
And we
I love
got
it.
the queers in at last.
And so I found this is Constant Semaphore. She's like, and so I found myself upon the shore, be not a lady nor a whore, and I say to myself, where is me magazine? Where is me magazine? Please.
Every time that you Old Woggle is going to start off by making all the empty glasses resonate. Basically on random words at the end of random lines.
Yes, it's just kind of with no rhyme or reason to it.
I'm feeling a quivering in me cocktail, he says as he as Artichoke starts spreading it on his ears.
And then, says I, where be the dogs? Where be the cats? Where be the logs? And then I say, can you keep it down? I haven't finished. Is somebody asleep out there?
The room is abuzz. The very energy of the room is vibrating with your brilliance, my dear Constance.
Is that you, Clarence?
I feel the clicker clatter of music of the ears and the face.
Don't look at me. Oh, don't look at me. I'm sober tonight. I'm getting dry tonight. I'm
always damp.
Clarence is a fish.
Speaking of which, so you say you're spreading a cocktail on
pour
yourself,
Artie.
Yeah. Is it coming from? Is that still coming from a glass or a bowl?
Oh yeah, from a glass. Yeah, he's just sort of he just takes the glass and pours it on his head.
Is it not one of those like fancy misters? Like those spritzer thingies.
Oh,
no, he's a hard drinker. He's a hard spreader.
He just goes for it.
It soaks into his clothes. Enjoys it for later.
Fantastic. Except it doesn't, because the glass is just shattered in your hands.
Oh, no.
Look, will you keep it down, please? I've still got 33 stanzas to get through.
Oh, devil.
Thought you were near the end.
Devil words.
I have been struck by inspiration, and I've come up with more material.
Oh, Constance, how wonderful.
Artichoke Binge is going to leap to his feet, which carries him over 2 tables. And the glass that has shattered in his hand, and he's going to jump, and he's going to pick up his 2 acoustic castanets, and he's going to start providing musical accompaniment.
She starts to dance.
Oh my God.
I think I might be doing Fiddler on the Roof. I'm not entirely sure.
I think is it kind of a. Oh, is it a raised stage?
Yeah, it's like a very small
Yeah,
raised
only a little
stage,
bit.
but it is.
Oh,
raised.
yeah. In which case, whenever your dance happens to move you off one of the panels, collapses.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Yeah. And then I said, "Whoops!" Oh, I've broken the stage.
Don't worry, darling. Let the music move you. Let the moment take.
Sheer power of your poetry.
She just continues to dance without moving her feet and just kind of stands in the hole.
Madame LaRue is just vibing. She's got her eyes shut. She's wiggling her feathers. Yes, I feel the inspiration moving within us all.
The kettle is going to start hissing. In that kind of like it's like an American kettle.
Yeah.
And it's going to start going whee, even though there's no heat under it.
I'll make mine black tea, please.
Terence, bring a black tea to the performer. Terence is a weasel who's back in the kitchen.
Yeah, Terence does this. And so I think Constance Semaphore is going to dance for a little moment more, and then she's going to just stop, and then wait for a moment, and then she's like, "You can clap now if you like."
Puts down castanet. Starts. It's not a nice sound when Artichoke Binge claps. It's a sort of.
It's
in
like
response,
wet and squelchy.
Yeah, it is.
In response to that, you can clap now. In response to that, you can clap now. All the mugs start rattling against each other.
Oh my goodness. Constance, your energy has moved the room so frightfully well.
She's going to like...
Either that or this is energy left over from last night's seance.
She's going to like reach her hand out to some of the mugs and be like, "Is anyone there? Is anybody moved by my art?"
I like that we've created people who are too stupid to be haunted.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, how can we get them spooked? Because I feel like I'm struggling.
Speak, spirits, if thee are here to enjoy our beautiful art.
The mugs shatter strategically.
And by strategically...
Oh my goodness!
To the rhythm of shaving a haircut.
I don't
There is a
like
spirit
smashed
among
glass. It's a scary noise.
There is a spirit among us, my darlings.
I don't like this at all.
And this has chosen you.
Someone's got a wibbly. Well, I'm going to start doing a rain dance.
Our creation has summoned appreciation from the beyond. We must continue to create.
Appreciation, smashing glasses. What a critic. She's going to grab a glass and throw it at the wall and be like, "I'd like to see you do better."
The glass is... the smashed mugs are going to... a ghostly wind whips up. A ghostly wind whips up, seemingly in response to Artichoke's dance, and all these shards spin up into like a tornado that centers on Constance.
Oh, that's going to be quite
Center
dangerous.
of this vortex. She's at the center of this vortex, which they stay out of the way, but it's stay out of the way. It's weirdly Marilyn Monroe-esque for a moment.
I was just going to say, is it a Marilyn Monroe move? Yeah.
Constance, you've been chosen by the spirits. You are the epicenter of their energy.
Oh, Madame LaRue, what should I do?
You must create. You must continue to inspire, my darling Constance.
Do poems.
Okay, so for a moment, there's like, you see on her face, like, she's like, this is my moment to kind of, to excel in art. And then she just kind of, this kind of serenity crosses her face for a moment, like she's going to come out with something extremely profound. And she just looks at Madame LaRue and says, "I got nothing. I can't think of anything to say."
Is this a
this
good moment to roll?
yeah, this
Yes,
is a very good
probably.
moment to
Yeah,
roll.
because we're at the crux between we have created the greatest art in the world, or, well, something weird is
The
happening
muse is
tonight,
with
we're
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've decided that. So I'm trying to intensify. So that is a light die, and odds is failure. Bollocks! It's a 3.
Okay, we need to change whether odds is failure and the other way around.
God damn.
We're rolling so badly tonight. Come on, old
It's
Woggle.
fine.
Narratively, what this looks like is, how this happens is that there was this big you have this serene look on your face, Constance.
Yes.
And just before you open your mouth to say something, the shards will pause and hang suspended in the air, and then you say, "I've got nothing," and then an old Woggle just goes, "Ah, fuck this then," and just drops everything.
And leaves.
and leaves. He's like, "No, fuck this. Enough fucking around. Clearly, I've got to go to the source of it."
She's going to yell after the ghostly spirit present. She's like, well, it's not easy, you know, coming up with poetry on the spot.
Madame LaRue just buried her face in her knees.
Oh, will you shut up?
Aw, poor Artie.
With that, I think we move to the
Cockerel's
what's the
crest.
word?
The Cockerel's
Yes.
crest. The picture on the sign is actually old Woggle's grandfather.
Oh, it's personal. I never thought about that.
Personal Woggle. That was his name.
Personal Woggle.
Your own personal Woggle.
Old Woggle. Poor Woggle.
That's a band name if ever I heard one.
Reach out and touch faith. Right, let's roll.
Reach out and peck me.
So what is the vibe in this pub?
Well, I guess what do we see inside? So it's a bougie pub, right? It was once a very traditional pub, but now it's overpriced. The locals can't afford to drink there.
I think that Jonathan Slam Chowder is trying to recreate the feel of a street party. So there's lots of so the coaching inn is, of course, it's like athwart the main road.
Yep.
And so there's a bunch of tables have been put, tables and chairs and benches have been put out that are stretching like across and into the road with bunting around them.
Yeah, like kind of little lights in jam jars hanging up. Sort of thing.
Oh, that's
The
I mean, I would probably actually drink at this place.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll go there,
I
it's
very
the
much I described my ideal establishment here. Bunting all around, candles in coloured jars and lanterns. The opening itself into the central courtyard has been turned into an impromptu stage,
Yep.
and that's where the band is.
May I venture the band is playing like the Animal World equivalent of Wonderwall.
Oh, absolutely.
Constantly. Like they don't
Red
play any
Wall.
other songs. Yeah, they're playing Redwall. You're my
Yeah.
Red Wall. Yeah, they're playing Redwall around on loop constantly, and the crowd seem to love it.
What animals are the band?
Oh, they're. I mean, what animal are Oasis?
A
what animal is
well,
your,
at the moment, weasels, but probably not when they started.
Yeah. What animal is your typical freaking pub?
I feel
man?
honestly I'm picturing like ferrets and stoats and
Yeah, the
I
little
actually
thin furry
anticipate
A
ones.
weasel, a stoat, and the fattest dormouse known to man.
And all of them have got like One Direction haircuts.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I want to know how you do a fade on a weasel.
These
How
guys
do
have
you
worked out how.
Yes, clearly.
And like they're serving like Jaeger bombs to 40-year-olds. It's just it's rubbish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of people who are not nearly, their clientele are not nearly like cool or with it enough to do these actual like punky street parties,
No.
but they're experimenting in gentrifying.
Yeah, it is the most. It is the.
Experimentation in gentrification.
You know, we was talking about like kind of gods of certain spheres the other week. Like the god of gentrification drinks here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His name is the Gent.
The god of closing down good pubs.
I feel like the open road plaza is a good final destination for our story.
So should we do inside the pub first, and then we'll spill out into the
some
beer
kind
garden.
of more production side,
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's maybe a couple of people drinking and in dining inside, but there's also the bar itself where Jonathan
Should we go
Slam
into
Chowder.
the kitchen?
Oh, we could go behind the scenes. Yeah. So Jonathan Slam Chowder. You got the kitchen /
No, I don't know, because we want to freak out everyone. Well, I don't know, because who's...
Oh, well, I feel it's my turn to be.
Yeah, it's your
old
turn to be
Woggle.
Woggle, so it's your choice.
And I'd kind of like to do, if you'll allow me, to kind of do the interior, which spreads both a couple of tables, but also the bar.
Oh, absolutely.
But I can kind of get behind the bar. I feel like I'd like that.
Absolutely.
So I shall...
or even I imagine the bar will include the hatch down to
that's what I was thinking. You can kind of have
the
communication
beer
with the kitchens and the beer cellar. Yeah. I'm kind of wafting around inside the pub. Cool. Who are you guys?
Well, I feel like one of us has to be a put upon bartender.
What species did we say the landlord was?
He's a mole.
He's a mole.
Jonathan
He's a mole.
Slam Chowder is a mole.
What's an animal that under absolutely no circumstances is going to be found underground?
Ostrich.
Some kind?
Yeah, an ostrich.
Well, no.
They're found underground once.
Yeah.
A blue tit.
Yes, a blue tit. Fantastic.
Great tit. So the blue tit is a...
The blue tit's the bartender.
Love it.
And his
What's their
name is...
Honestly, I kind of want to just go for Mary.
Mary. Yeah, I'll go for that. Mary bartender.
Yeah, Mary the blue tit bartender, and they're relatively young, overworked, underpaid, overeducated millennial stereotype.
I feel you. Yeah.
The point being that they're really claustrophobic about the beer cellar, but they still have to go down to get stuff.
Old Woggle will remember that.
Indeed. Who else are we?
I feel like... I don't know who they are, but they're called Timothy Stotewiggler. I think they might be the front man of the very bad band.
Yes, that's fine. We can... Was it Timothy Stotewiggler?
Yeah, so he probably is a stoat.
Are you playing a stage outside or inside, just so I kind of know geographically?
We're inside, aren't we?
We're inside. Yes.
We're inside right now, yeah.
That's fine, you're playing inside.
Timothy Stotewiggler.
Stotewiggler.
Yeah, he's the front man of the band. He thinks he is hot shit.
And maybe he is.
Not. He is not. He's doing that thing where he's singing and he's keeps grinning back as his bandmate's yeah, we're doing great, guys. He's winking at every woman that walks into the bar.
I would like to be somebody who, again, I've come up with a name first and the character second, which is Dainty Hemorrhage.
Oh my god! Oy, they're a vampire bat.
I was just going to go with Plumber. They're
You're in drinking.
Yeah,
they're just hanging out at the bar.
Yeah, no, this is just my local, and I will treat it as my local, whatever stupid changes the management makes.
Yeah.
You're that local that has stuck around and is constantly complaining about the changes to the menu. You're that guy.
I
just wanted chips. I don't want potatoes, sweet potatoes.
And is also a small horse, a Shire horse.
A little Shire horse.
A small Shire horse.
A very small Shire horse. I can't remember what the small kind of horses are called.
A
Ponies?
Shetland pony.
Oh,
a Shire horse isn't. A Shire horse is enormous.
Well, I'll be a very.
Do you mean a Shetland pony?
I do mean a Shetland pony.
Shetland pony's nice and fits with used to be mines in Devon and Cornwall, and Shetland ponies would pull minecarts.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Right. Well, so you guys are in the Cockerel's Crest, either drinking or serving pints or playing Redwall again.
Wait, my name's Dainty Hemorrhage.
Fantastic. Another of your usual again, then, Mr. Emmerich.
Yep, just another one. I want it freak. I want it right. And coming out.
I've already passed it over to you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Very nice. Very nice.
I would like to turn the pint into wine.
Or drinking. Oh, What is going on?
I suspect foul play. I'm amazed that no one has made that joke yet.
Sorry, it took me a second.
You're making jokes out here at your bar.
I'm so sorry. Let me switch that. Let me switch that out.
I only have that in church.
Oh, you could. I could have sworn I had the right one. Let me switch that out for you.
Here. It's thick. Like my women, I like it thick with a big head.
It's concerning that I understand everything he's saying.
As
Brr.
Mary, are you approaching the bar? Mm-hmm. You will notice that somebody has left the Stella Artois tap on, and it is now beer is spilling out over the floor.
Oh,
Stella.
Well, that's just Stella, ain't it? And she will, and she will switch that off and just quickly kind of shove, get some dishcloths and just shove them against the edge so that they soak up like the worst of it.
The catch seems to be gone. It's still draining.
Oh, that's not
I've
good.
worked behind a bar. I know what your worst nightmares are.
Oh, that's not good. I will.
I'd also I'd like to instill in some of the clientele, about 5 people. I'd like to instill the desire. Now is the correct time to go and get another drink. So as you're trying to fix this, about 5 people have arrived at the bar.
All right, lovely.
Well,
Wait. You were a local. I feel like you're work for people.
Say,
Don't go in the woods as a panther.
All I can say, gentlemen, is if you come for Stella, if you come for Stella, tonight's your night. And I've just decided to try and steer into the skid just by holding pints under the spilling tap and just laying them out onto the bar. They're all foaming. It's horrible. I kind of don't care.
Timothy sees this and he calls over. I'll take 4, thank you.
Alright, stop whittler. Play it in one of your key or something. You'll play something traditional in major key. I don't care.
Your amp is feeding back a little bit, Timothy. It's kind of going... Which is interesting because you're playing an acoustic. But somehow your amp is feeding back.
Somehow it happened. He starts singing Don't Stop Believing, except it's Don't Stop Beavering.
You're having like tech issues all over the place. Your microphone's feeding back. Your capo isn't sticking on your guitar right. It's a nightmare. Your guitar seems to be out of tune, even though you tuned it before the song.
Hey, Betty, my guitar is named Betty. Betty, baby.
Betty's letting you down.
What are you doing? I gave you that good treatment that you need, Betty. I gave you that good loving.
There's a stack of like napkins, dishcloths, things. I've just put them like under the tap in attempt to just physically jam and hold the pressure and stop the tide. While I go across and I'm desperately looking out for Mr. Slam Chowder, but he is out. He is out
chatting with his guests, I imagine. Yeah.
Exactly.
So old Woggle has a sense of humour. So you manage finally to to stop the Stella Artois tap from doing this, and then before your very eyes, slowly but surely, the Guinness tap turns on of its own accord.
No. So, Dainty, do me a favour, and
I've got pipes and stuff.
I am going to have the I've got a garden hose behind the bar. God knows why. I fix one end to the tap, and I just shove the other end at Dainty and go bottoms up.
I'm going to start suckling. I'm going to start suckling away. And just gulping down. This is more beer than I've had in my entire. Whilst I
this little Shetland pony.
Oh, I am ballooning.
So what you notice, Dainty,
right,
is you start drinking this pint or this kind of from the tap. And at first it tastes like Guinness, like you'd expect, but then it starts to take on this kind of really bitter, sour taste that you've not tasted in a long time. Ooh. And after a moment, you get a flicker of recognition, and you realise that this is none other than
Foster's.
No. It's a very like fucking trad ale, and its name Its name is... Oh, come on, Matthew. Its name is the Rooster Coop.
Or Rooster Coop.
And you know that there was only ever one person who ever walked in here that drank Rooster Coop. It is the scummiest of drinks.
I am going to sneeze as a horse, and considering my my amount of liquid in myself, it's sort of like it's sort of like stepping on a water balloon. It's just forward. I'm just going to sort of projectile spray some Rooster Coop and a bit of Guinness over the bar.
Yep, you're not alone. Customers all across the bar who are having their expensive wines and their gin and tonics are spitting it out because this has happened all across the bar. Every drink in the bar has turned to Rooster Coop ale.
It looks like everyone out there can handle their drink. Hey, boys.
Mary is going to see all of this and go, you know what? You know what? I'm not paid enough for this.
Hey, Mary with the blue tits, can't you do something about this?
First of all, I'm going to take the I'm going to go, excuse me, dainty, and take the pipe cleaner hose off of them and just kind of douse the band in it, because fuck them. And then I'm going
Woggle
to
just laughs. It's great.
We somehow keep playing.
As much as your out of tune guitar can. Yeah, continue.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go. And then I'm going to storm outside to find the mole, find the bloody mole.
Should I
Find
roll
them all.
at that point? I feel like
think
I've kind
this
of
is
ruined
a
your
good
day. Yeah. I've ruined your shift. So what are we doing? So I feel like I was in.
That was definitely moving to.
That was increasing your kind of, or was it decreasing? I can't remember what the word was after all. That.
It was actually because it was the spirit. The energy was gentrification.
Oh, yes.
And you've actively been sabotaging.
Yeah, so I've gone against.
This is
Yeah.
a dark die
Yes.
you're rolling.
So therefore,
Yeah,
I want
buddy.
to roll odds or evens for success. I'm rolling
You
my dark die.
odds will fail, evens will succeed.
All right. Yes, a 6.
Fantastic.
Yay.
Winning.
Ruined the pub.
Which also means whoever rolls next time, you get an extra die
one.
next
Yeah.
time.
Oh, for the final fight. There we go.
I only come in here for only 3 cider, and here I go. I've had at least 4.
The lights are gonna flicker a little bit, and to most people, it's just this is just the topper of a fucking ruined couple of minutes. But for you, Dainty, you look, and you think you glimpse in that old table in the corner. You glimpse like basically a boo ghost, but like a rooster.
A rooster in a sheet.
A rooster
With a
in a
pint
sheet
of-
sitting there with a pint of Rooster Coop. And he just kind of raises it and just kind of toasts you.
I'm scared I'm going to get out of here because if I go in the next scene, I can keep doing his voice, which is quite fun.
Yeah, you go out there and do the voice again. All right, you hear across the chaos. You just hear, Dainty.
I bet they were friends. I bet old Woggle and Dainty were friends.
You taught me how to do push-ups.
Oh my god, what a visual.
Right.
Okay.
Should we go to the final scene?
Indeed.
Great fun little joke.
So, Mary and Dainty are going outside. So one of us is Woggle and one of us is what's his face, the mole.
Jonathan Slamchowder, the mole man.
Slamchowder.
I don't mind jumping in as Jonathan Slamchowder because I've just been Woggle.
Yeah, I'll be Woggle.
You
I love a Woggle.
happy to leave Timothy Stoatwiggler just covered in ale with feeding back amps and
I think that this is terrible service. I'm going to be famous someday, and you'll regret this.
Fantastic. So what's the energy outside?
That's a good question. So the outside is more the beer gods. So this is really where the clientele are. The out-of-towners are all out here eating.
Chatty and laughy.
Yeah, is it given it's kind of Jonathan Slamchowder's patch, is the energy profit? Or could it be greed?
Greed?
Yes.
Is that easier?
No.
No.
gluttony or excess.
Excess.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Excess,
you're right.
excess.
Fantastic.
Ooh,
So
what does
intensifying
Woggle
that
wanna do with
means that
Too much.
just all the brakes
Hedonism.
come off, and it's just it's just like a
Very
rush on the
hedonistic.
beer cellar.
Yes.
Whereas soothing it would be no. I'm going to intensify it.
Yeah. You want to ruin this by like the crowd going mad.
Yeah. No, I want this to break down into a hedonistic chaos.
But I don't
Yeah.
think Jonathan Slam Chowder is going to like that very much now, is he?
oh,
Indeed.
he's got that proper accent, has he?
I think I'm going to go for that. Somewhere between Bristol and Devon. I think I'm from Easton and Gordano. That's where I am.
You are a bit silly there.
Swindon.
Swindon, that's where he's from. Jonathan Slam Chowder. Lived there all his life. This is pride and joy.
Yep. The so Mary, so we're going to start this off with Mary pushing her way through the crowd, going, "Excuse me.
You right there, Mrs. Arbuckle? You enjoying the fish, are you? It's lovely stuff. Yes.
Mr.
Right there,
Mr.
Mary.
Sancho,
You stink. What's happening? Shouldn't you be at the bar?
Yes, but the bar is having some breakdown troubles. The pints
Breakdown
are-
troubles? What kind of breakdown troubles?
Pints are pouring themselves.
Pints
I've been
pouring
handing them out as
themselves?
fast as I can.
Pints pouring themselves, is they?
I've handed them out as fast as I can.
Are you saying you've spilled any on my beer? Because remember, that's coming out of your pay packet, Mary. If you
The
spill
beer
some beer
starts
now.
flooding out the back door.
What?
Yes, I just well see for yourself, honestly.
Oh, great frickin' Christmas on a pike.
Oh, no, I think you've got a problem with the plumbing. You gave me flashbacks to that flood of 1901.
All right there, Mr. Dainty. It's all right. Sit yourself down now.
Oh,
Sit down now. Sit down. I'll get you a free pint and maybe even a pack of peanuts now.
He just jumps and sits on the table.
Right. That'll have to do. Right, Mary, you get a mop. You, I swear to God, lad, you get a mop and you get it right now. We're gonna fix this problem.
Yep,
all right.
Just going. Just thought you should know.
So he's gonna like kind of sneer at Mary while you run off to kind of get a mop, and then he's just gonna kind of like grab his braces on his shirt and just kind of put on a big kind of salesman smile. Nothing to worry about, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little problem with the plumbing. You know what it is? These country plumbing. It's very old. It is.
Which customer are you talking to?
I'm going to be talking to.
just-
There's like a little pleasant hedgehog couple, maybe.
Aww.
Like, you ladies enjoying the fish, are you?
The suspenders on your outfit suddenly break.
What, ping
and,
into my
like,
face?
Ping off.
Ah,
Yeah, like
fucking
ping
hell.
into your face.
and then I imagine the old ladies gasp.
Yes.
Oh, you must excuse
because suddenly
me.
we can see your bare chest.
Oh God, Mary, bring a new shirt as well. I was just gonna like to make it up to the old ladies. I was gonna and remember when Mary gets back here, you let her know, and I'll get you a pair of nice sherries on the house. How's that? Yeah, let's move you over. Remember, let's leave us a review.
You start to hear people around the garden starting to go as they're taking their drinks, and once again, it's the what was it called? The cockerels?
The rooster coop.
Yeah.
The rooster's coop.
Rooster's
They all start
coop. That's it.
complaining. One of these hedgehogs goes, "Oh, Mister, I cannot remember this guy's name for the life
It
of
is
me."
Jonathan Slam Chowder.
Jonathan Slam Chowder. Mr. Slam Chowder. This is not a sherry.
Oh, Mrs. McGilly Goody, you're right there.
Taste this. This is certainly not a sherry. I've been served something tainted,
we
I'm
can't
sure.
have that now, can we now? Let me have a look at that then. Sips it. So he is despite his friendly neighbourly vibe, he is very much a businessman. So
Yeah.
he's gonna sip the port. Clearly it's disgusting. And then he's gonna go, that tastes like port to me.
As soon as you taste the rooster's coop, you hear a little voice next to your ear. You're gonna turn my great-grandfather's pub into a mockery, are you?
Who's that then? Who's that? You say
Turn
something.
around, there's no one there.
Oh.
He does that thing where he looks around and like in shock. He's like, wait, that voice. I heard a voice. I know that voice.
Mr. Slam Chowder, are you quite all right?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go and get you another glass of port. How's that? Right?
Sherry.
That's
Sherry, it
yes,
was
absolutely right. Yes, I'm coming. I'll get your other as well. Right.
Everyone is starting to stand up.
Ladies and
and
gentlemen, understand there's been a bit of a cock up in the port department. It's all right. Mary will fix this.
Mary, she's currently feeding the cleaning pipe of Guinness back in on itself, so it just refills in an endless loop, and just lets it go so it spills back over the band, and goes goes to pick up her mop.
Jonathan Slamchowder, as you walk past customers, every single chair you walk past breaks, and the customers fall to the floor.
You just...
He's got to go Wibbly. He got to go. He's got the worst juju imaginable. He's got the bigger juju.
Dainty, snap out of it. There ain't no such thing as bad juju, you stupid horse.
It's Mr. Emmerich to you.
The table that Dainty is standing on starts to levitate.
I can't control it.
Starts moving.
Oh, I've got a Wibbly. Oh, I've got a Wibbly.
Suffering snakes.
I need to stick salt up my nose and go around and run around the church 3 times.
Dainty, what you been smoking this time?
Or it's only a little bit of meadow grass. I huffed a culvert grid.
Oh la la.
Oh my God.
I can hear Peter dying upstairs. It's great.
My nose right in the rainwater.
At this point, Mary is whatever's happening, Mary's vibing with it. So she's going to Mary's vibing with it, but not enough to be in the line of fire. So she's gonna go. She's gonna go up to Mr. Chowder and say, you know what? I can put up with the long hours, the low pay, your disrespect, but I will not be getting in the way of whatever force from beyond is going to snack out for you. And
you take off that apron, you never work in this town again. Now get that mop, and I need 200 points out here stat.
What is Mary wearing? Does she have a jacket on?
Yes.
Okay, so as she starts giving this speech, there's a wind that whips up and dramatically pushes her jacket back and makes her look like she's doing a superhero pose.
Fantastic. She leans into it, and she shoves the mop into the mole's hands, and she addresses the crowd and goes, "You heard the boss's orders. 200 points.
Don't you nobody move."
Get them before they go, and then she's going to open her wings and just let the wind carry her up, up and away. Peace out, bitches.
Jonathan Slamchowder is going to...
She flies away magnificently.
He's going to... I imagine the crowd are now standing up, going to claim their 3 points.
Yeah.
Jonathan Slamchowder is going to hold the mop like a quarterstaff. and block the doorway. He's going to be like, don't nobody move. No points getting drunk here till I've seen your wallets. You think it's easy running a business in this town? Dainty, get off that table!
It's free. The table has...
He can't, it's 3 feet in the air.
It's currently inverted, and he's currently got his hooves wrapped round it for safety.
It's been very funny. Which one of you's pulled this prank? Very funny. We've all had a great laugh. Now, can we please settle down? And we'll talk about this reasonable business.
This isn't a prank. I'm defying gravity.
Shut your yap, Dainty.
From inside, you hear the band... all their instruments start playing a single note over and over again. And you hear Timothy go, "I don't understand. All of the instruments are playing a C, and we're not even touching them."
Will it be the devil's note or something? I don't know.
You're not helping.
Timothy's much put upon brother,
Stimothy. Jimothy.
Is going to say, well, that sounds like my job as a bassist done. I'm having a beer, and he's just going to step away from the double bass, which is going to stay upright, still playing its single note.
If you make a move towards the bar, I'm going to punch you.
I'm going to.
Too late, he panics.
Yeah, fantastic.
Clobbers you across the nose with his broomstick.
Because the floor is covered in this disgusting ale, you both fall over.
Fantastic.
And you're just utterly swamped in it.
Yep.
And it's almost like a little tidal wave of it comes for you.
Yeah, fantastic. We're doing proper like the most countrified version of the final fight between Neo and Agent Smith in the first Matrix movie.
It's that, but like with just ale on the pub floor.
A ale and a stoat and a mole just wrestling with a broom.
You do have the rain because, like, I think Mary left the frickin' spray thing going, so there is like ale rain.
Absolutely.
And everyone is
Ale
coming
rain,
to watch this.
Ale rain.
Ale rain.
Right. All of the customers are like cheering on Jimothy.
Fantastic.
'Cause they're mad.
Shut your
This
yaps!
sounds. Lukey, would you like to give us the last 2 rolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
and I
The double
get
roll.
2.
Two
I
two light
just-
die.
Just want a goddamn cock-a-doodle-doo. Right.
I've had so much fun with this game.
Okay, we're going for evens. We're going for evens.
Evens. Evens is good.
I
One
got
of
a
them
6, baby!
Hey!
You have been haunted, bitches. What happens is the beers, the beer barrels just kind of start exploding.
Does the 1812 like does the band somehow start playing
Yes.
the 1812 overture?
Absolutely.
And the silhouette of old Woggle appears outside, and he's suddenly a lot bigger and enormous. And as the sun begins to rise behind him,
Oh yes.
and chaos reigns across the beer
People are
garden,
just downing
He-
Rooster Coop left, right, and
downing
centre.
beer. That old hedgehog lady is just chugging, doing a keg stand.
Doing a keg stand.
Old Woggle raises his head and goes, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Jonathan Slam Chowder looks up at the sky and is like, "No!"
And the pub
Fantastic.
explodes.
And with that, we have to sum up. For
have an
the
epilogue.
after scene, we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to sum up the scores.
We only
Well, it was a
so how many
tie.
points do
It
we
was
have?
yeah.
Do we have
Okay,
3?
so wait, hang on. There's basically 2 axes to this score.
Okay.
Okay.
If we ended up, no matter the success or failure, we ended up with 3 light die, which is gold coins, and 2 dark die, which is silver, which means that the poltergeist has made it so the village is more chaotic, mischievous, and unpredictable, louder and rowdier, and will eventually be bustling with ghosts and poltergeists.
Ha-ha.
On top of that, we had 3 failures and 2 successes.
Yes.
So, because we've had more tails than heads, the outcome turns out badly. Be it chaotic or peaceful, the village and or the poltergeist are worse off than when they started. So we've noted that personally, Old Woggle is satisfied.
Yeah.
So
but the village is definitely worse off.
There is no arguing that it is better.
there is the So the village is more chaotic and worse off. So how does that look?
I mean,
Very much like the actions that have taken.
tourism.
going into a this is going into more of an extended time epilogue.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's become like a haunted tourist trap.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
there are now just every freaking building in this town is haunted, and some of the poltergeists are pretty mild, but some of them are just annoying.
Yeah.
And people come from all over to see
The
them.
food isn't that good. It's like nobody lives here out of choice. It becomes one of these places where there
Yeah.
are people, but nobody lives there. You know, it's
Yeah, Jonathan Clam Chowder,
slam chowder.
Slam Chowder had to sell the pub because he had a nervous breakdown, and he sold it to some boutique hotel company that started all these ghost tours.
Yeah, and like all the cuisine there tastes a little bit of Rooster Coop. Just can't
Yeah,
get
they
the
never
taste
quite
out.
got the smell out the walls.
Yeah, like just can't be done.
Like the Rooster Coop night becomes somewhat infamous as
Yeah.
a time when people just completely cut loose. You know, like those villages which have the yearly riot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that happens. It's always Rooster Coop night. Yeah.
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 I think Constant Semaphore is currently working on a 5,000 stanza poem called the Rooster Coop Night.
The cockadoodle do's and don'ts of Rooster Coop Night.
Dainty Hemorrhage has decided to moves up north and makes a couple of quite poor investments, but lives out his days forevermore with a fear of park furniture. However, a surprisingly successful vinyl shoes business.
Amos and Millicent decide that they're not pretending to be happy enough in the countryside, so they move to London
and become utter bastards.
They're miserable, but they say they're happy, and they've convinced themselves they're happy.
Yep.
And they have a lot of very boring friends.
I think Montgomery Creve Perkins and Janet Kneecaps get married and have like an entirely average marriage, devoid of much passion of any kind. Like they never go on holiday. They don't really talk about much. They don't hate each other. They're just very boring.
They have some really weird children.
Yeah, Parry had a nice ending. I feel like Parry found himself.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
They have no salt or pepper in their house.
Oh, Samantha.
Yeah, literally no spices.
No.
Samantha and Eustace Chuckleberry are later arrested for some kind of tax fraud or tax evasion.
Embezzlement.
Yeah, absolutely.
From their charitable foundation.
Exactly. And some kind of money laundering.
And Amos and Millicent claim that they knew all along there was something about them.
They say I could tell from the moment I saw them. Like,
and of course, everyone knows the legend of old Woggle. How he appears some nights down by where his old coop was, where that lamppost now stands, dark and rusted. And if you hear old Woggle come a-flapping and a-clacking through town, you'd best close your doors and turn off your music, or you too may find yourself facing the fate of the night of the Rooster Coop.
Fantastic. I think that's where we draw it to a close.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Agree. Thank you very much. That was great fun.
Nothing quite as spooky as a West Country accent done a bit deep.
Absolutely.
Have you forgotten what you
And that was the tale of Old Woggle and the village of Flufferton. That's it for Untitled Ghost Game, but we will be back next week with larger-than-life fun in Kaiju Girls, so be sure not to miss it. But until then, thank you for listening to Direcast. If you'd like to keep up to date with episodes and announcements, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Direcast, and on Instagram at DirecastPod, and subscribe to us on your favourite podcatcher. And hey, if you enjoyed listening to us, maybe consider giving us a rating or review, or sharing us with a friend. We'd really love that. You can also now support us on Patreon, and we would absolutely love it if you consider giving us just a few pounds a month. Go to patreon.com/Direcast to check out the tiers and rewards available. Direcast is Lukey Slim, Matt George Lovett, Jacob Ward, Helen, Peter Wellman, and H Folkmans. Our logo and banner art are by H Folkmans. The Direcast theme, and this week's theme, Old Woggle's Wiggle, are composed and performed by Matt George Lovett. This episode was also edited by Matt George Lovett. This week we were playing the Untitled Ghost Game by Alice V, a link to which can be found in the episode description. And at least for this week, that's how the Direcast.